of the West Africa Agribusiness Show. This event was conceptualized based on the need for West African countries to come together to showcase the rich agricultural heritage of their subcontinent and to contribute to its gross domestic product. According to a submission recently made by the United States Agency for International Development, USA, the West Africa sub-region has an abundance of natural and human resources. The agricultural sector represents approximately 35% of the region's GDP and 60% of its active labor force. The economic recovery experienced in Nigeria and other West African countries in 2017 presuppose that growth in the GDP is expected to rise higher than the 3.9% experienced in 2019. The maiden edition of West Africa Agribusiness Show is therefore a radical development as stakeholders connect to share ideas, see and experience the latest in equipment and technical know-how, as well as supplies and services developed in the production and processing of agricultural-related products. They will also be sharing ideas on the best ways of solving Africa's poultry, snairy, piggery, aquaculture, and others. Participants will equally have the opportunity to create and enhance their brand visibility, as well as establish business alliances with potential partners. This show will bring together stakeholders from across West Africa in order not only to attract new prospects in agribusiness, but to make West Africa an investment hub for the agricultural and allied sectors. It is my pleasure to inform you that farmers, product research organizations, agricultural equipment and product suppliers and buyers, agri-innovators, and other stakeholders and decision makers in the industry are expected from 15 countries in the sub-region. The countries include Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, Niger, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Senegal, Ghana, Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Togo, and Mali. Nigeria is the host country for this event, which is built for Landmark Center, Victoria Island. I especially want to thank our sponsors. Some of them are here present with us today, like Access Bank, Interswitch, Grant Cereals, Livestock Feeds, and Salvage International based in Germany. Partners and exhibitors for believing and supporting us in the journey of accelerating food revolution in Africa. Having said this, I solicit your cooperation as gentlemen of the Fourth Estate of the realm to give this show adequate coverage to further project its value within Nigeria and to the outside world. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for listening. God bless. I'm Idowu Shenuga, MD Agri Supplies Limited. The reason why we're putting this platform together is because we want to change the paradigm. Okay, we want to move away from status quo. And you would agree with me that most of these events that are organized in Nigeria already lack the bite of aggregation of stakeholders. And in our own opinion, we believe strongly that the problem in the agribusiness space in Nigeria is not a one-man show. The problem in the agri space in Nigeria is such that we've been talking about potentials in the last 16 years. And for us to get tangible solutions, all hands has to be on deck. First, I would like to inform you that this is the first agribusiness event that will be registered with NASEMA. NASEMA is the Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. And they are one of our critical partners for this event. And they are the ones, given the responsibility by government to register all events in Nigeria. They are one of our partners for this event. The Nigeria Agribusiness Group, which is also set up by the federal government, they have a seat at the National Economic Council meeting, Monday. They are also one of our critical stakeholders for this event. We are partnering with Poultry Association of Nigeria. We are partnering with Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria. We are partnering with CAFA, Catfish Association of Nigeria. We are partnering with AFA, the All Farmers Association of Nigeria. And I'm a critical member of Poultry Association of Nigeria. I'm the PRO for Ogun State panel. And I can tell you boldly that none of these events you mentioned has ever approached PAN. Agri-Innovate is in their 60s. Agro-Food also in their 50s. none of these events you mentioned has ever approached PAN for participation. And PAN is one of the critical stakeholders in the agribusiness value chain. So what we are saying is we want to do things because we are local. We know the who is who, we know who we need to talk to. For instance, for this event, we are working closely with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. We're working very closely with NISA. We are working closely, very closely with BOI. We're working very closely with NEPC. We're also working very closely with the Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment. And these are critical stakeholders within the agribusiness space. So for us, what we intend to do differently is to create this platform through which all necessary stakeholders, both from the public and the private sector, can interact, engage, and begin to look at each other eyeball to eyeball to solving most of these critical problems and challenges we have within the agribusiness space. Thank you very much for that question. Well, for us at Agri Supplies, which is the convener for this event, we always look at the long term because we are in this for the long haul, I can assure you. And to that effect, we've invested very heavily in putting in place this office that you're seeing. This is strictly WAS office, okay, and this was specifically set up for this project. So for us, we believe we need to put our money where our mouth is. And then if you look around, we have a very young team. Okay, our team, the median age for our team is around 27. And then these are people that are ready to take the bull by the horn. And of course, we believe also in in-house training. Most of the things we are doing are in-house. We have a technical team that is handling our website, that is handling our publicity, our media, outfit. We have an execution team that are very grounded in project management, who are well trained. And some of our team members are going to comment on a training in London on how to properly organize events of this magnitude. We intend to scale up this event, going back from the success we record from this maiden edition. And like I rightly said, we are in this for a long haul. We are investing very heavily to ensure that most of the things we are acquiring are things that we are going to be using on the long term. And we are really, really investing. And also, we will continue to engage all the critical stakeholders in the industry. It's a continuous engagement for us. We know it's impossible for us to cover the entire West Africa in a sweep. And this we intend to do gradually. We're covering very effectively Ghana because we are having some representation from Ghana at this event. One of our speakers is going to be flying in on Friday from Ghana, one of our panel discussions. And then in the subsequent edition, we intend to effectively cover the entire West Africa. So we are in this for a long haul, like I said earlier, and we will focus with them. Well, part of the things we intend to do with WAS and we hope to achieve basically is, knowledge impact. We've seen very clearly the knowledge tourism that most Nigerians need to do in order to acquire knowledge when it comes to agribusiness. I was one of the delegates that went to Kigali, and I saw the amount of Nigerians that went to Kigali to see nothing that I feel wasn't too spectacular. And so for us, one of the things we're hoping to achieve is to impact knowledge on participants. And to this effect, we're going to be having more than 6 speakers at this event from both local and international organizations. And we are also having 6 panel sessions, of which we're going to be having about 4 panelists. Some of the topics we hope to address are the challenges regarding finance within the agribusiness value chain in Nigeria and West Africa. And then also we're looking at the challenges around export. Why Nigeria cannot go back to those glory days where agriculture used to be our major export and used to finance our budget. I can recall that in the 60s, Nigeria used to be a higher net exporter of agricultural products than Brazil. But today, Brazil does well over $100 billion of agricultural export, and Nigeria struggled to do up to like $5 billion. And also, if you look at countries like Netherlands and Europe, Netherlands is just about the size of Oyo State, and they export more than $250 million worth of agricultural products. So we're looking at the challenges around quality. Okay, why can't Nigeria as a country, regulate quality? And then we are calling on the critical agencies like SON, like NAFDAC, that are saddled with the responsibility of commodity exchange, which is lacking in the Nigerian system currently. Because without a quality exchange, there's no way we can enhance exportation. So we're talking around the issue of quality. We're talking around the issue of the agribusiness value chain. We're talking around the issue of aggregation, storage, and most of the burden issues that challenge our agribusiness in Nigeria and also in West Africa. So most of these topics have been carefully selected, and our panelists have also been carefully selected from all the agencies, the private sector, the public sector, and we'll be looking at how we can actually begin to accelerate food production in Africa. Thank you. So this is our personal opinion. We believe strongly that the AFT initiative is a two-edged sword. It's either it swallows us as a country or it enhances our capability as a country. But it all depends on how we all, government, the private sector, collaborate to position appropriately to take advantage of the initiative. I'll give a very clear example. Nigeria is the highest producer of cassava in the world. Okay? But unfortunately, Thailand is the highest exporter of cassava products in the world. As a matter of fact, Thailand exports more than $3 billion of cassava byproducts annually. Nigeria, which is the highest producer of cassava, we can barely do $500 million export. So for us, we believe these are the things we need to start engaging ourselves about. We need to engage the public sector, we need to engage the financial sector, and then of course we need to engage the private sector as well. For all of us to come together on a platform like this and begin to ask ourselves, why can't Nigeria be the highest exporter of cassava products in the world? We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Cassava is an area where we are already doing well. We are the number one producer in the world. But can we move from primary production to processing and then of course to export? But then you agree with me, part of the challenges that has inhibited that potential is the fact that we are not regulating quality. And that brings to fore agencies like SON, like NAFDAC, who are also going to be on this platform. And they are going to be answering those questions, next week, when most of the moderators are going to be asking them, what are they doing about regulation? What are they doing about food safety and food security? Because it has to be a two-edged discussion. You have to be looking at food safety, you have to be looking at food availability, food sufficiency. So for us, those are the topics we want to start discussing. So that thank you very much. Even for the smallest organization you can think of in Nigeria, to rent a 9 square meter space in Landmark, if you're going to exhibit at Agra, will cost you well over $1 million. And of course, this has over the years exempted the local processors, the local farmers from participating. I wouldn't want to, discuss it, but then for WAS, we have gone to as low as 100,000 naira. Some people have come to us and tell us, we don't have the resources, we don't have the means, but we want to be part of this event. How can you give us this platform? And then we're saying to them, this platform is open because, of course, we have very credible sponsors. Among them in our midst, we have Livestock Feed, who have stood by us, who have, of course, in our own mindset, subsidized for such people to come on the platform. And then, of course, we're giving such people the ability to perform and to come and showcase their merchandise at this international platform. So for us, that is one of the things that stand us out as a platform. And then, of course, some of our exhibitors have these small-scale farmers at heart. One of such company is a company called Noovo. We discussed with Noovo to tell them, come, fine, you have all of these automated, equipment, very expensive, 50,000 euro, 30,000 euro. But how about the small farmer that has 250 chicken, in their cage, that wants to sell their products in the supermarket? How can you scale down this technology to their level and they have specifically designed a handheld branding park, which they are going to be exhibiting at this event. And then a company like Europark, which is based in Slovakia, are also providing these cheap egg packs where they can put their eggs, stamp it themselves, close it up, package it, and take to the supermarket to sell at premium. So for us, it's about representing these people that are voiceless, creating the platform for them to create an inclusive platform where everybody can come together, take advantage, and begin to change the narrative. So I believe that should answer your question. Brainstorm on how to best use this platform to create impact. And then you would agree with me that unemployment is a major problem that stares all of us in the face as a nation. And for us, we believe this platform stands to create some of the opportunities that Nigeria can utilize to reduce the level of unemployment. If you recall in my statement, we said very clearly that agriculture currently employs about 60% of the workforce in most West African countries. And of course, most of these workforce are youths. And for us, we've diagnosed and we've identified that the number one problem that stares us in the face as a people is knowledge. A lot of people talk around finance, a lot of people talk about so many things. But then for us, the number one challenge is knowledge. Because it is only through knowledge that you can increase productivity. And once you become more productive, then of course you can clearly earn more. In one of the interviews we granted to Vanguard, we spelled out very clearly how we intend to use this platform to begin to impact on the youth in Nigeria on how to become more productive. I'll give you a very clear example. Today, the average per hectare productivity for maize is about 2 metric tons. The price for maize in the local market, it's about 90,000 naira per ton. When you look at that, that's 180,000. So if the youth has an hectare of land and then cultivates it, it takes about 6 months for all of this to happen. So in 6 months, he's going to earn 180,000. Out of the 180,000, the cost of production can't be less than 80,000 naira. So he walks away with 100,000 naira. If you divide this by 6, you find out that the guy is going on with about 16,000 naira on a monthly basis, which is become more productive through training and engagement, which this platform stands to provide. They can go as much as 6 to 8 metric tons per hectare. In the West, the average yield per hectare is about 12 tons, 12 metric tons per hectare. So even in Nigeria, if you can achieve 8 tons per hectare, if you multiply that by 90,000, that is 720,000 naira. If the cost for doing that can never be more than 220,000. So the guy is left with 500,000. So if an average Nigerian youth can get 500,000 in 6 months, then that is how you can begin to attract the youth to agriculture. Agriculture needs to be more productive, and the only means through which you can make agriculture more productive is through knowledge sharing and engagement. And that is why we are partnering with institutions like Rome Business School. We are partnering with Lagos Business School, which of course have their aggregates. We are partnering with institutions like International Institute for Tropical Agriculture in Africa, which is IITA. We are also engaging most of the institutions in Nigeria, like FUNAB. We're talking to Babcock University. Most of their students are going to be coming to this event. And then, of course, we're hoping that as the events continue to unfold in subsequent years, we'll be able to touch most of Nigerian universities and really truly get most of the youths on board. Thank you.